92Q Nationals R&B and Throwbacks. It's the Kenny Smoov Morning Show. And, we always had the cool kids on the show, man, doing big things. Sissy Brown, tell them who we got on the show this morning.
We have singer, actor, producer, and he's a member of one of my favorite groups of all time, TGT.
Wow. Yeah. And she means that, too. She ain't playing.
Absolutely. Hurry is one of my favorite songs ever. Sorry.
Wow, girl, you in a hurry right now, hurry, yeah.
Don't scream, Sissy.
She gonna scream. She gonna scream.
Tyrese, man, how are you, sir?
I am so blessed right now because I am reminded from her reaction to Hurry, I am reminded never, ever allow yourself to get too familiar with being blessed.
Oh, wow. Nice. That's a nice thing.
That reaction, like I've been doing this since I was 16. Now I'm 45 proudly.
Wow. And a Capricorn. Hello.
Come on. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It does not matter how long I've been doing it. Moments like this are always a big deal for me. One of the things my mother taught me early on, even though our relationship from the beginning was very challenging. But one of the things she taught me early on was not only that quote that I just gave you, but she also said, try your best to make everyone who ever gives you a compliment feel like it's your first time ever hearing it.
Wow.
That's good advice.
That's great advice.
Right. So, oh my God, you're so sexy. Like if you hear that every day, that person that you met in the food court that said that to you versus baggage claim versus walking, into your job, you got to make them feel like, oh, thank you. Like it's your first time ever hearing it.
That's good.
I appreciate that love from Hurry in a real way.
That is, man, you guys, I'm going to play it for y'all.
I mean, like 29 years and you've been doing this and how you able to still keep that kind of a fresh and honest, reaction as an artist, man, and you've done the TV, you've done film, how do you keep it positive like that?
Well, the first thing is there's nothing more uncomfortable than reminding me of my resume.
Oh, wow.
Why is that?
Because the moment that first of all, you're supposed to try your best to be as present as you can be about how blessed you are. I got it. But I'm so gone and thinking about everything that I'm doing and everything. Like I got a sense of urgency in my head. There's a clock in my head.
Right.
Even if you tried to explain the clock, people just won't get it. And so if somebody talks about, hey man, you've been in radio now for 25 years, you'd be like, oh,
yeah,
I really have.
I know what that is.
Right. It has been that long. Yeah, got it.
Don't remind me.
And so I feel so grateful that while other people get 5 minutes of fame, I only had 30 seconds. So imagine me not looking at my life every single day. Like I got a big old Christmas tree and I get to open up gifts every single day. And that's kind of the way this goes for me.
Well, Tyrese, you seem so demure. So humble and so just modest and everything. And you sound like it too. What's kept you that way? Because I followed you since way back, way, like I'm putting you back there too, on the bus with Coca-Cola, all the way back. And you've never wavered from being the same modest person that you are and being as sexy as you are and the singer that you are. How do you stay that way?
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Recognize the compliment. Thank you. But to be honest with you, as much as I want to own that compliment wholeheartedly, I think you guys all know that I'm a bit of a chameleon. So I know how to adjust and adapt to every environment. When it's time to have a vibration to conversation like this, I'm going to fall in. If we got a bunch of hood N-words and it's cracking, that's the biggest. In the room, be careful what level you take it to because we can keep going.
Oh, wow. That keep going up.
I mean, tell me what level you want to play on, and let's go. We can have conversations about women. We can have a conversation about the pull up, what you driving, what you doing, what's on your arm, what's the square footage. Like we can go, and so I tell people all the time, and I literally hold on, let me make sure again. I literally just said something to somebody today. I don't want to tell y'all what I'm doing or what I'm in the middle of doing, but I said, listen, I'm doing something so special for someone who is so special to Black and brown culture, who literally puts it on the line every single day. And what I'm doing was my idea, my gesture. And then I had to remind him specifically, I was like, bro, what I make per hour to just do a concert versus what I make per hour if you were to add the number up if I'm on the movie set, what I am doing is for free. And this is not even enough to say thank you for what this person and this fan doing on behalf of every single day. You cannot put no dollar amount. Mm-hmm. Bold and specific things that are being put in place that we're all going to benefit from. Our kids, kids. So, I mean, the first meeting that this particular person has coming up in the next 2 weeks is going to be with Maxine Waters.
Okay.
And I am now doing something that's about to be connected to a conversation that Maxine Waters is about to happen. And the reason I'm mentioning her name is because I've been knowing Maxine Waters since I was 11 years old.
Isn't she your representative?
Yeah, from South Central LA.
Nice.
The first political figure I've ever met in my life, before a mayor, before a governor, was Maxine Waters. And she's still been representing South Central LA since I was 8 years old.
Wow.
45.
Wow.
And I just seen her 3 days ago at the Black Caucus in DC, which was my first time ever attending Black Caucus. And I sat next to Attorney Benjamin Crump, Andre Dickens, the mayor of Atlanta, and Fonnie Willis. That was like
wow.
And
it's a nice table.
Like, as a little Black kid from Watts, like, how did I get here?
That's amazing.
In politics, I'm not a political figure, but I am very clear that this table that I'm sitting at is
heavy. Mm-hmm. Speaking of heavy, Tyrese.
Yes, ma'am.
Genuine. Tank. Why y'all not coming to Nashville?
Oh, damn.
I'm just asking, because I'm mad. I need next time around, I need Hurry, I need Sex Ain't Never Felt Bad. I need all of that in Nashville.
So we got to get to Nashville in a hurry.
Come on, man. Come on, Tyrese.
Absolutely.
Is that possible? I mean, I know you guys don't have very many tour dates, and I know you're touring on your own as well, so you've got a full plate. But what does it take to choose the city that you're going to go to? Is it demand? Is it for promoters to contact you, or do you guys have a say? So how does that work?
It always starts with the promoters, right? Who will send in offers in cities that they feel like they got a strong hold on the fans and the people that show up, and radio stations and all that. It's a whole thing. When you put that kind of money up, you got to get all your money back and then some. So you can't necessarily just go hit every city because you got some people on stage that wins the popularity contest. There's certain promoters and certain club promoters even that's got a stronghold in their market. So if you're a club promoter and you're doing about 3,000 a night in Chicago, you can't bring that energy to Milwaukee.
Right.
So I would love to do a full-on tour. It's been 10 years since we've all got on stage and did it together. We're doing it with Silk, Tevin Campbell, BBD.
Nice.
Come on.
I'm the biggest fan of everybody that's on the bill. I grew up on everybody on the bill. And so, I mean, people don't know this, but Brandy's mama used to manage Silk.
I love.
There's a meaning in my bed.
That's our man's right there.
Hey, come on. Like, come on, what we talking about?
Crazy.
Shout out to Gary Jenkins, Nashville.
You know something, man. What I really admire about you, man, is that your sense of fatherhood and what have you, man. And I always ask men that come on my show this question, man, because I usually will play these answers for some young cats because they don't understand how awesome it is to be a dad, man. Tell them what's the most awesome part about being a dad, a father to you.
Where do I start, sir? I want to repeat your question. What is the most incredible and awesome part about being a father? First of all, I waited till it was the right time. I got married, then I had a child. I got married again, and then I had a child. That's me trying to break generational curses. I was married and divorced twice. It didn't materialize, but as far as I'm concerned, there was no concept of baby mama. And so that was a generational curse that I was specifically proud to break. Even though my marriages did not last, I did it in that order. It was like, oh my God, a baby on the way. Let's hurry up and get married. No, we did it the right. And I can tell you that you don't realize how much you are putting up with right now with friends and family and business and the way you're negotiating and what you're accepting and what you're okay with and what you're settling for until you have kids. Like,
yep.
I negotiate very differently, knowing that there is no such thing as generational wealth. If 2 years after I die, 30 years of me giving my life away, I got nothing to show for it. So I don't care who you are. I'm going to cave your head in every day, period, on behalf of both of my daughters. They're not here. They're not in the room. They're not old enough to have this conversation. Please don't be on the other side of a deal with Tyrese. You're going to get your head caved in.
I love it.
And I'm unapologetic about it. And Jody, who's on the phone, will confirm all of this. I don't play about these deal terms. Now, here's the thing. I've been making money, praise God, for a very long time. But that does not mean that I have anything to show for it. So I formed a music publishing company called Gibson and Gibson Music Publishing in the spirit of Johnson & Johnson. First Gibson was my 17-year-old now. And now that I have a second Gibson named Soraya Gibson, she's now the second Gibson. But at first, the Gibson and Gibson was me and my daughter. And now it's both of my daughters. And all of my music publishing, from Hurry to every song that it has anything to do with me, it's all theirs.
I love it.
And for me, if you don't go into fatherhood, understanding that it's not just about putting food on the table, but it's about putting food on the table when you're no longer around to put food on the table yourself, you're going about this entire thing the wrong way.
Wow.
Food,
so you're a true girl dad.
Food on the table should not have anything to do with mommy and daddy being around to put the food on the table. What happens when you're gone? And why are you going about your life as if you got next week to figure it out?
That part.
Wow.
That part.
There's a thing called COVID. There's a thing called people being irresponsible with your health and touching that door handle after.
Oh God.
And you won't touch the door. Okay. You might
made me mad when you did that.
Might be asymptomatic. It ain't got nothing to do with what I got going on in my bloodstream. You irresponsible. Why did you think of the fact, yeah, I got it, you need to make money. But when I leave here, I live with my grandmother. You just
gonna step on a bunch of toes.
A family. Because you want to make money and be inconsiderate of my health and well-being. Stop acting as if next week is promised. We are being reminded. My mama died of pneumonia and COVID. Stop playing with my life. So we got to do this thing out here for real. And here's the quote. And I'm going to wrap it up. It's arrogant to believe the next seconds of life belongs to you. So now that you know that there's random planes crashing, there's random people COVID and baggage claim, there's random things that are happening every single day. What are you doing right now in preparation for what might happen? No one is planning on dying. I want you to sitting around like, man, I'm good, bro. I'm gonna be around here, man. Ain't nothing gonna happen to me. I got God. Here's the problem. That's a lump in your chest. God says, get off your knees and pray about it and go see a doctor.
Yeah.
You can't put no baby oil on that lump.
Right. Can't drink no ginger ale. Yeah. You're right.
Not ginger ale.
No, Granny
But-
say ginger ale.
Speaking of mom, so the song Wildflower, you did that in honor of mom, right?
He's laughing at my ginger ale
He's
joke.
still killing himself on the ginger ale joke. Because black people love ginger ale for stuff. Right? Ain't it, man?
Ginger ale and Vicks. That's what it is. Shoot. Both of them. Put some Vicks on your chest and drink some ginger ale. You'll be all right in the morning.
Give me ginger ale over breakfast, man. Tells the ginger ale and Vicks fixes everything.
Everything.
Everything, bro.
Everything.
You got no insurance. But anyway, the song Wildflower, I will say, when we last time I saw you, it was at one of Jody's events, and they played it, you performed it on stage, and I was like, that one. That one. So now we finally got it.
Yes, sir.
It
Man.
sounds better than New Birth, I'm
Dude,
saying.
it's sick, man.
It sounds better than the one from
It's
what,
sick.
76, 78. You have that voice that those type of songs, you're just gonna kill it. It's gonna be number one, I
Absolutely.
predict before the end of the dang month.
Yeah,
But
it's going.
yeah, here we go.
It's going. And I mean, you can hit the pain and the grit, all of that's coming out in that song. It's insane.
And you can run with it when you perform. Is that what I mean, I know you've only performed it maybe a couple of times, but that's the type of song where you can really, your vocal powers can go really into effect with that song. Is that what you look for when you perform it, or you just try to stick with the original? What are you doing?
Hardest song I've ever released in my life. It's been hard to celebrate the success of the song because as much as I want to hear about how magical the song is and how people love it, I go back. And so Jody, Michelle, they have been texting, oh my God, the amount of stations, and I have not been able to process any of the success. I can't. It's my mama's song, but oh God, I just want another hug.
Yeah.
Right.
I totally feel you.
I can't.
Totally get that.
Here I go crying before breakfast.
It's all right.
It's listen. If you got your mama at home, your grandmother, your father at home, your grandfather, your uncle, your foster parent, understand you can't have a conversation with them once they're in the ground. Fix it. Make peace with it. Do whatever it takes, even if the apology doesn't lead to you deciding to have them to be a part of your day-to-day world. Because sometimes relationships happen and you just understand that everything about hanging out with you is like hanging out with pain. But understand, make peace. Make peace with the ones that we still have here. Make peace with your kids, your teens. If they don't be in your life anymore because y'all just are constantly at war and conflict, it doesn't matter if it's daddy's little girl, daddy's boy, daddy's mommy's little girl, mommy's boy. Sometimes you just grow up and naturally, even from a teenage, things just naturally start brewing, and those conflicts and those issues and those misunderstandings just put a wedge in that day-to-day bond and relationship. But I promise you, as close as I was not to my mother, no one honest will be. My mother was an alcoholic for 27 years. My childhood was trauma upon trauma upon trauma. And so I can't even think about or process the success of Wildflower
when all I want is to have another conversation.
Wow.
So thank you.
Hey, man. Thank you. Thank you for sharing in that.
Yeah, for really being transparent, because what you said right there, and now we know that when you perform that song, we know exactly where you are.
Right.
Yeah,
If
that's
I
gonna
even get
if you can get through it. Yeah, man.
good luck. Good luck with Tyrese performing Wildflower. It's first,
You might get a verse. Maybe.
first verse and just held the mic up.
Yeah, just held the mic out. Pull
Let them
a
sing
Mary
it.
J. Blige. Here, y'all sing. Yeah.
Well, you know what, man? I know it's we sit here and talk with you all day because we love your energy, we love
Yes,
you.
we do.
But we're gonna let you get back to doing what you're doing in secret. Shh, no one talk about it. You know what I'm saying? We'll let that happen when it happens. But thank you, man. And if you can get that Nashville date, I know one young lady that's gonna be in the front.
Right.
That
Well,
one.
well, guess what? Nashville is very, very possible if you put your top promoter in touch with Jody.
Okay.
Put you in touch with our guy named Sam, who's booking out all these shows.
Sam out of Atlanta?
Chicago.
Okay. Yeah, Chicago, sure guy.
Yeah. He's
Man,
just
okay, cool. Yeah, we know we're going to work that out.
brother with the gray beard. Yes,
Yeah, with the great beard, man. Super cool. Don't say much, but he know what he's doing.
he's
He need to get TGT out here.
Jody can get that man on the phone in 2 seconds in Nashville or whatever other city
Oh my God.
y'all got in mind. Listen, it without a promoter, a promoter's what do you call Achilles is how am I promoting a show that nobody knows about? And
Yeah, that is
Well, we'll
awesome.
take care of that part.
That
Yeah,
part.
for
if
sure.
I can't promote this show, it doesn't matter if it's 4,000 or 20,000. If people don't know that this is happening and there's some energy happening on a local level that's going to get these butts in the seats,
Mm-hmm.
there's no promoter showing up with no talented people on the stage. So
No.
Nashville, let's go ahead and figure this thing out. You know
Man,
what I mean?
come on.
Okay. We're gonna work it in, man. But ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate your time, sir. And we're
Happy.
gonna all give it up one more time for Tyrese. Thank you, man.